Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing my review of the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. I'll be doing live swatches of the palette, which I normally don't do because I feel like they look messy, but since I've already done neat swatches of the palette, I don't mind that the swatches for the video are going to be a little messy. You'll be able to see swatches on primer and on bare skin on my blog, so make sure you hop over there if you're interested in that. The swatches in the video are going to be on primer with a brush. In case you are new to my channel, I am not a professional makeup artist, nor am I a guru. I have another job outside of YouTube and my blog, so this is not the primary thing that I do with my life. I will be 38 years old in a few weeks, and I think I look pretty damn good for my age, if I do say so myself. So anyway, onto this palette. I bought this palette for several reasons. First, because it's cruelty-free and vegan, and I'm always being asked for vegan palettes, and there aren't really that many out there, so I thought that this would be a good one for me to be able to try to see whether or not I would recommend it. Second, I bought this because I felt like it was likely to be a good value for the price. More on that in a minute. Third, I bought it because it looked like it would be hooded eye friendly, and I have hooded eyes. Fourth, and you'll probably laugh at this, I wanted to buy it because I had a shade named Courtney, and since my name is Courtney, I was like, well, all right. Let me show you the palette. First off, it's in cardboard packaging. As you can see, it says Beauty Killer on the front. It has the Jeffree Star Cosmetics in this kind of like rose gold print. When you open it up, you see a mirror inside and 10 beautiful shades. I love that each name in the palette is printed below the color, so you know exactly what shade you're using instead of guessing, which you do with so many other palettes. This is $45 for 10 eyeshadows, and each eyeshadow is 0.09 ounces. That's a pretty large eyeshadow. I want to give you some comparison numbers. Urban Decay eyeshadow singles are $19 for 0.05 ounces. Kat Von D Metal Crush eyeshadows are $21 for 0.10 ounces. MAC singles, which are not cruelty-free, are $16 for the individual shades and $6 for the refills, and those are 0.04 ounces. Makeup Geek singles are $10 for foiled and $6 for the regular eyeshadows, and those are 0.064 ounces. And the closest palette that I could think of with the number of eyeshadows and price-wise to this palette is the Urban Decay Electric palette, which is $49 for 10 shades. So that breaks down to like, you know, $4.90 a shade, where this is $4.50 a shade. But with the electric palette, you're getting 0.04 ounces per eyeshadow, and like I mentioned before, this is 0.09 ounces. So that's lots of numbers. I'll put them up on the screen for you so that you can kind of look at them and get a better feel for the size versus the price. I took this palette and several other palettes with me on my recent trip to Traverse City for my brother's wedding. This is the palette that I reached for the most and wore the most. I really like that I can actually create several different complete eyeshadow looks only using this palette without supplementing with any other colors. And with most palettes that I own, I have to either supplement with the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette for mattes, or with some eyeshadow singles that are highlighters, just so that I can make a complete eyeshadow look that is flattering for my hooded eyes. With this palette, I didn't need to do that at all. I'm going to go ahead and run through the colors. So this is China White, and it really blends in with my skin. I've never done this before, so if it looks terrible, I'm sorry. And this is a color that's pretty close to my skin tone, so it's probably hard to see. The next color I'm gonna do is Courtney, and this is like a light peachy beige matte. So you can see that. This is Vanity, which is the deep brown matte. Now these three are staple neutrals. You could use them to create all kinds of office-friendly looks if you work in a very conservative environment. I do not, because I work from home, so I can wear anything I want. But I did find these very useful because of my hooded eyes, so I really like that these three are in here. Plus, like I mentioned, Courtney was one of the shades I was interested in. For me, China White is a great base shade or a matte highlighter. Courtney makes a great transition or soft crease color, and I find Vanity to be nice for like a deeper crease, or to line my eyes, or to contour. It has a lot of versatility. I used it for this to make the smoky dome shape. This is Black Rainbow, and it is a matte black with rainbow sparkle. And I also feel like all of these shades are very pigmented. Obviously, Black Rainbow would be great for a liner shade or a smoky eye or an accent, however you like to use that kind of color. And the last matte we have is Star Power, and it's a hot pink. I may not have got primer down there, so that may be why it doesn't look quite as intense, but it's a pretty intense color. And I did find that when I wore it, it stained the skin a little bit, but if you use like olive oil or some sort of like coconut oil to help remove it, it'll help with the staining. You could also use the shade as a blush. So these are the 5 matte or matte-ish shades. Of them, only Black Rainbow has glitter in it, and I actually think it's really gorgeous. Now on to the shimmery, frosty type shades. So this is Princess, and it's basically like a pale iridescent pink. Might be a hint of lavender to it. And I think you can see it very easily on my skin tone. It's also the highlight color I used at my inner corner today. So this is a great highlighter shade. You can layer it on top of Star Power to create like a brighter shimmery pink. This is expensive, and it's a metallic teal. And I think it must be a really balanced teal, because sometimes I feel like it leans a little blue, sometimes I feel like it leans a little green. It's really pretty. I actually layered it on top of Vanity on my lid today. As you can see though, there's a lot of fallout when I used it with the brush just now on my lid, or on my hand. When I put it on my face, I had a tiny bit of fallout, but I did use my brush damp. I used Urban Decay's All Nighter Spray, so that really helps. This is Rich Bitch, and it's the shade that has the most fallout in the palette for me. It's like a really pretty metallic glittery gold. I don't feel like this one is as smooth as the other colors. Next we have Violence, and not gonna lie, this one's a little disappointing. In the pan, it looks like it's gonna be more of like a royal purple, but on my skin, it's kind of like a red plum with a slight purple shift. And for me, I wanted this to be a true purple, and it's not. It's still a pretty color, but I wish it was a true purple. This is Confession, and it's like a cranberry brown. I was also disappointed with this shade because I wanted it to be a burgundy, and I feel like we see so many palettes with these two colors. I get that they're popular, but you know, I wish that was a burgundy, and I wish that was a real purple, because it's just, for my taste, it's not. I mean, I think they're both nice colors. They're just not what I expected, because I feel like they don't really look like what they look like in the pan. So these are the 10 shades. Mattes over here, shimmers over here. I do think that aside from the fallout with Rich Bitch and Expensive, these have pretty good pigmentation. I think those 2 shades could use a little bit more pigmentation or something to make them less prone to fallout. While I was gone, I did have all day wear on primer with these. I didn't have any problems with them coming off or fading away, which is great. I use Too Faced Shadow Insurance because that's my favorite eyeshadow primer. If I do not wear eyeshadow primer, my eyeshadow is gone in probably about 20 minutes. So primer is important for us hooded eye gals. I am absolutely glad that I bought this palette. I'm happy with the fact that it has enough mattes that I could use it and complete it and make several complete looks with it. I love the fact that I could actually just travel with one palette if I wanted to, though why would I ever do that? And be able to create like fun looks, conservative looks, whatever I needed to come up with. I love that this has the bright pink and the teal because those are very me colors. I just wish that this purple was like more of a purple rather than this like kind of berry plum type shade. And I wish that this was a burgundy because this would be such a badass burgundy if so. While I'm kind of disappointed in those 2 shades, only because they aren't what I expected them to be, because I don't feel like they look like what's in the pan, I am overall really pleased with the palette. I feel like it was an excellent buy for the money. I do like that because the colors or the pans are so big, I feel like it's going to take me a while to hit pans on even the staple neutral shades. If you are someone who does not like bright colors, I would not buy this palette, because I think even though it has a bunch of mattes, I think you're going to be unhappy with the fact that you've got these pops of color that you may never use. If you like a mix of brights and neutrals, I think you will love this palette. If you have hooded eyes, I think you will love this palette because of the mix of textures with the mattes and shimmers. I know for me, I love it. I think that Jeffree Star Cosmetics did a great job overall with putting together the textures and the colors, aside from those 2 shades. So while I do think some of the shades might be dupeable, you might have similar shades in your collection, you might also really like having all of them together in one palette. I personally feel like this is money well spent. I'm really curious to see what sort of eyeshadow palette Jeffree Star puts out next, because I'm probably going to want to buy that as well. I'm really, really happy with this palette. So anyway, what do you think of the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette? Do you like it? Is it a must-have? Yes or no? Please be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share. And if you haven't already, be sure you subscribe to my channel. I make new videos weekly. Thanks so much for watching.